Oh, Mikey, it was just wonderful. Thank you for treating me to your wonderful cookies. Let's walk me to my house, and let's go watch cartoons with you at my house.
JJ, I'm always happy to treat you to my cookies. You're my best friend.
Oh my God, I can't breathe faster. I have to come up with something.
JJ, I don't know what to do. I can't breathe.
Oh no, we jumped into the water, but for some reason I can breathe. Strange things are happening now. I never thought that now we won't be able to breathe on the surface. We can now live our whole lives underwater. Right, Mikey?
JJ, I don't really understand what's going on either, but on the surface I was literally suffocating and I couldn't breathe. But it looks like we're like fish now.
Well, I do not know, Mikey. We urgently need to come up with something. Since there are still villagers on the surface, suddenly they also cannot breathe on the surface now. I think we urgently need to do something. And we also need to build some kind of underwater base so that we can get a couple of resources and rise to the surface. I have a couple of ideas. Maybe if we can breathe underwater now, we can get buckets of water and pour it out to breathe. I thought that as soon as we get out of the water, we could go to my house and pour water so that we could breathe.
You're absolutely right, JJ. We can build a small base right now and get a couple of resources, but we need to do it as soon as possible. We can't let the villagers die.
Great, Mikey. You and I built an incredibly good base and used all kinds of improvised materials, which of course are underwater. There is a sponge, as well as wood, but still we are incredibly lucky that now we can get a good job here. And I also built a furnace and small workbenches so that we can melt some ores.
JJ, there seems to be a treasure here. Someone must have left it underwater. Maybe there are some resources that can help us.
Wow, Mikey, there were a lot of treasures here, as well as all kinds of emeralds and gold. These are incredibly expensive materials, but they are unlikely to be able to help us now. But this bucket and pickaxe are valuable in themselves. Obviously, now I need to dig up more iron so we can craft one more bucket. So you'll have one bucket and I'll have one bucket too. We'll have to wait a little longer before we get out of here because the furnace is incredibly slow, but I think we can do it. The main thing is to hurry.
JJ, you are saying exactly the right things. We will definitely be able to do this, but I think we will definitely work for a long time to provide oxygen to every villager. Since the villagers can no longer breathe the air outside, then we will have to carry a lot of buckets of water so that every villager can plunge into the water and be able to live.
Mikey, you're relatively right. We really need to do everything as quickly as possible, and you're right about having to carry a lot of buckets. But let's focus on one thing right now. We urgently need to get out of the water and get home as soon as possible so that we don't die before that moment. Otherwise, everything it will go awry, and the whole village will die out, like the rest of the planet, and we cannot allow that in any case. Yes, we were able to do it perfectly. I don't believe that you and I are so brave, Mikey, that we were able to overcome such a difficult obstacle. We were on the verge of death.
JJ, believe me, it's too early to say that we were able to do this. Let's hurry up and flush your house so we don't die. We were able to do it perfectly. I don't believe that we did it. It was incredibly brave of us. It was just incredible. I didn't think I was that brave, but thanks to you, we were able to do it. Thanks to your courage, and also thanks to your clever plan.
And so, Mikey, let's start implementing my plan, which I prepared a long time ago. In principle, I was ready for this. I also put 2 fish tanks in my room where I sleep. Let's put them on our heads quickly, and then we can breathe. Come on, Mikey, we'll do it. I think I can see them already. Hurry up, we have to do it, otherwise we'll die. Great, we just put them on our heads and breathe. It's incredibly nice that we have now found an ingenious loophole in this insidious plan of some person. Something even tells me that it can't be that the air all over the planet has become sharply poisonous to everyone. I think it's someone. It concerns someone's very evil hands.
You're right, JJ. This is really incredibly strange. I can't believe that some person so evil could do this. And why would he do it at all? Although, I think there seems to be something paranormal, and suddenly some monsters filled the air with poison, and now we can't breathe it. But I think that in the end, you're right. It could have been done by a human using some kind of generator or some very well-designed machine which just makes the air poisonous to humans. It's very creepy.
Yes, Mikey, it's really creepy, but still you and I are not afraid of it. We will deal with it soon. Since you and I are incredibly brave friends, we have been through this before. There have been much more terrible situations. I think we will cope. But we must run to the residents as soon as possible villages. Otherwise, we will have an unpleasant ending. Come on.
Oh no, JJ. It looks like you and I didn't have time, and now all the residents of the village are lying on the ground unconscious, or maybe they are completely dead. Let's check their pulse and find out if they can still escape from this poisonous air, but we have to think about how to provide them with safe air.
It's okay, Mikey. You and I will definitely be able to do it. Come on, take your bucket, and we'll pour water on every villager, and then we can definitely save them. I've already checked their pulse. They're still alive. We just need to provide them with safe air as soon as possible. Come on, Mikey, let's hurry up. I think the villagers deserve us to save them. You and me, Mikey, are real heroes. I think the residents will be incredibly grateful to us for saving lives. And also, yes, you're right. We need to think about where to provide them with safe air later. Maybe build a cage out of water in one of the houses. I think it's going to be really brilliant.
Hey, JJ, I've already watered all the villagers, and I think I found a house where we could put these villagers in a water tank so they can breathe safe air. Come here.
Well done, Mikey. It makes me happy. It's amazing that we are lucky that there is a water tank in the village. So great. Now we need to put all the villagers in this tank as soon as possible, and everything will end. But then we will need to somehow prevent this air pollution. Otherwise, the whole world will die.
You're right, JJ, but we're not going to let this world just die. We're going to fight to the end so that everyone is happy and no one in the world dies. Let's start implementing a plan to save the villagers and then find the villain. I'm sure the villain is incredibly stupid and is most likely here, somewhere nearby.
You're right, Mikey. This villain is definitely the stupidest person in the world, but still you and I did it, and we were able to save the villagers. Now they are completely safe, and no one will ever touch them. Let's see if we can find any loopholes or any clues to find the culprit of what is happening.
It seems to me that in the end, there won't be any clues in the village because maybe he's never even been here. What kind of person could do this to the villagers? Maybe he was angry at this village for kicking him out. Although it would be quite rude, but I think this is the case.
So, Mikey, be a little quiet. I think I found something incredibly grand. I see some green smoke, and it seems to be rising into the atmosphere, and apparently this is what we were looking for. Let's run faster and find out what that smoke is, and I think I can see it already. Oh no, it's some kind of base. Strangely enough, the base is located far from the village. Apparently, we really found what we were looking for. This base is not simple, but it still seems to be to blame for air pollution.
Not everything is as simple as you think, my friend JJ. It is very well guarded, but not by guards, but by iron bars. It seems to me that we will not be able to pass through this cage, since we do not have the necessary equipment, but we can find some kind of hole in the cage, and then we can easily get through the iron bars. And yes, you said that you had a pickaxe. Do you remember when we were underwater? You were digging iron? Maybe this pickaxe can help us now?
You're right, my friend Mike. She can really help us now. If you hadn't reminded me, then in fact, we would have been looking for a passage to this base until the evening. But in general, the job is done. And now let's better look at the surroundings. This base is a very abandoned place, judging by the clogged windows and the door, which is littered with all sorts of junk. I do not know what happened here, but I think very bad things happened here. Well, I don't know yet if we can find the entrance to this base, but it seems to me that we can somehow climb the vines to the roof and see if there is suddenly an entrance through the roof of this base. But I also think that we can still find the entrance. Since we have, there is still an easy way, and we can break something with a pickaxe, but it will be very noisy, and suddenly the villain will escape.
No, JJ. It looks like we're not going to be able to do something quietly anyway. But still, let's get down to a plan that's a little noisy. But I think the villain isn't smart enough to hear it. Let's just break the window, and then we'll break through the window to the base and catch this one. The evil villain is taken by surprise, and we will all win.
Okay, let's just do it. I'm going to break this window now, and we'll win and destroy this evil scoundrel in the blink of an eye. The glass is too strong, which surprises me a little, because I didn't think it would be difficult to get through the window. Well, I coped with it, and there seem to be some mechanisms here, and I also see tanks with different water. There is a tank with purple, as well as orange and green water. Suddenly, these are some acids, and they are very dangerous to humans. Let's not touch them.
It's strange, JJ. It looks like we were making too much noise after all, and the villain managed to escape, since I've already looked around this whole shelter and didn't find anything strange, but it looks like we came here in vain, but now we can break the mechanism.
You guys shouldn't have come here, JJ. Your friend is already on the verge of death. You shouldn't have come here anyway, because there's no way you're going to catch me red-handed, silly.
What have you done to my friend, you scoundrel? Where are you? Come here! Where are you? Oh no, where did he disappear to? I don't see him anywhere. How could this happen here? There is no pit or hole from which he could escape. Maybe there is some kind of mechanism here. Although this is not the most important thing right now, I need to save my friend Mikey, otherwise he's going to die. I need to save Mikey somehow, but I do not know how. Maybe I need to break all the walls in the water tank, and then the air will stop being infected, and Mikey will be able to breathe again. So I need to figure out how to safely break these tanks. Maybe I can break the wall outside, and then maybe this water will flow out of these reservoirs onto the ground. And since we don't understand if it's safe for us, but I think my plan will work anyway, we need to start as soon as possible. Oh, Mikey, we couldn't catch him in the end, but I think we can do it when I can save you. I'm so sorry that I didn't keep track of you because I was distracted by completely unnecessary things. So, it seems that I have already broken all the mechanisms I need. In fact, the car is no longer working, but now the main thing is to look around, because at any moment they can come up from behind and knock me out. I can't let that happen.
Oh, what did I miss? JJ, you saved me. How did you do that? And where is the villain? Did he run away? Oh, well, the main thing is that you destroyed the generator, and now the air is safe again. Let's go to the village soon.
JJ and Mikey, you are incredibly lucky that they were able to catch me after all. I hope that I can come back again and destroy this world.
Believe me, you will never get out of prison again, as you will sit there forever. Thank you, police officers, for doing a great job and being able to catch this malicious villain. And now you and me, Mikey, can rest in peace. Now we will say goodbye to our viewers, and then we will finish this whole story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and write comments, and bye-bye to everyone.